What's good there, gamers? Welcome back. We got some more Uni 2 top 128 action for you. My name is J2, and I'm hanging out with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Towedo. How you doing, brother?
What's up? What's up? I'm doing all right, dog. Since I fumbled in terms of registering for competing, I've just been commentating and hanging out. It's been a blast, man. Tons of people around. Dude, we were literally looking at the polls there. We were like, this is top 128.
Yeah, right? So even knowing that this is the round 2, right, and you still got 128 to go, and so many of these names, even some of the legends that we're used to already in the loser side, just shows how condensed and, you know, how much talent is pulled up for Combo Breaker 2024. 600 plus entrants for Uni 2 over here, so definitely hitting some historic numbers as far as registration goes. So I am super excited to see it and really excited for some of these next matches.
Dude, it's going to be some pretty nuts stuff. So I believe coming up here next, we have, if I recall correctly, this is going to be, I think this is Zakat and LTP.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
Okay, great. So
we got the inspector with the case notes too on the side.
Yeah, somebody else. I never catch him, but there's the Colombo cosplayer is here like this weekend, and I never catch him in person.
That's so funny. I know people like to do the guy from Disco Elysium. Obviously, you know, Animanga is pretty popular cosplays around here, but the Colombo is it's an interesting pick that I like to see around too.
It's certainly a vibe. In terms of the players here, I keep forgetting off the top of my head who Zakat plays, but I did play LTD not too long ago, like a couple of months ago. Okay. So they, I believe, if I remember correctly, they used to play.
See the stick?
Oh, yeah.
That's clean. Actually, is that Nike? Okay.
Oh, yeah. So.
Oh, P90.
Yeah. They really like
okay,
P90. Yeah. I always get P90 mixed up with like Grizzly.
Yeah.
Because like there's like a CF player that like loves Grizzly. And, like,
okay.
But anywho, LTP is nowadays playing Tsurugi.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I saw the Hilda lock in as well coming out from Zakat. So big shield versus a lot of tricky ways to zone out. So excited to see.
And one of the big things that Hilda kind of has a hard time with is like she really relies heavily on her 22X as well as her 22C, like 2CC for like her lows.
Yeah.
So Tsurugi's able to kind of bully around through it, and given that like jump assault normal is like a pretty common way to get around Hilda.
Yeah.
It's safe to say that Tsurugi JC also cooks here.
It's pretty clean to be able to make your way in here. So making our way into game number 1, Zakat. I like what we're seeing here, right? A lot of, backwards movement, but also not giving up too much space to LTV so that they get that free approach caught up with the skewer CS.
Oh, and then immediately rushing in with a stance. And you're going to see that come up a bit more often right there. LTV bulldozing their way in here. Should be able to get a solid knockdown here. Let's see what the Oki looks like.
Yeah, you were mentioning the reliance on, very specific moves for the lows there, right? So I would imagine the Tsurugi armor stance is something that's a little bit difficult to try and challenge out if you're Zakat here.
Yeah. Seeing the dart thrust come out here already for Zakat to push LTP out of range here. Going to get a solid confirm here. Sets up the change. Let's see what we get coming up. Checking for defensive options.
All right, send the skewer, duck right under. Not a lot of health on either side. Spend the EX, put the Roomba out on the screen.
Not even going to get the chance to mix. Unable to get a quick setup there for the guard thrust here.
Exactly.
Ooh, nice CS here. Let's see what comes up next. Up back J. Oh my God.
I was so scared. I was thinking that the 6XP was going to anti-air on whiff, but Zakat with the retreating movement, one touch apiece, just barely outside of throw range. 30 seconds on the clock.
Couple of shields coming in here for LTP. Might be able to secure the cycle, but that whiff green shield could be big. Ooh, plus frames here.
Back spike, nothing found. Green shield. Waiting for the cycle to come back up. 18 seconds.
There it goes. The chip on the Roomba might be very big here. So let's see what LTP tries to do. Trying to figure out a place in order to get a guard thrust off. This is going to look good here. 10 seconds to go and the slide to get it done.
Clean. And I love the micro retreat on the Roomba, right? We're just trying to vary up that spacing where Zakat doesn't know when to jump in to go for the high-low. LTP spends the 100 here for the 2-3-6C.
Quick punch in the mouth for the round start. Let's see what the rest of this round looks like here.
Yep. Run up. 5L pressure. Gets the grid break throw.
No 2-1-4 even needed here.
No.
Continuing on with the strike throw. Blocks the FFQA. Things are looking fine for now. Ooh, nice frame trap.
There we go. Stagger off the Rekka. Full up. Grid break. No way to escape there. Can't build up any meter. No resources to your name. Gonna take the first one here for LTP.
Not quite the way that LTP maybe wanted to finish that out, but scrambled eggs are still a meal. Let's see what we get coming up here next.
Everybody's eating, but only one of them can stay on the winner's side here. So taking a quick second before we head into it. LTP, you know, trying to recompose, saying, all right, I was able to scramble. I was able to get a couple good options, so let me just keep the game plan up. 6-6 didn't work the last time, but we're going to do it one more time. Such a strong round start option.
9-frame special cancelable low does great work here.
The special cancelable is so, you know, it's so crazy for.
Look, saying it as a Wagner player, you know, there's only so much that I.
Yeah.
There's only so much I can really.
What do I know?
You know.
There you go, a little micro concentrate. So healthy on the grid every single time. So we have the CS stocked up once again. So much meter here for LTP.
I know, grid's going to go in favor of ZachCat, but not sure what they're going to be able to CS for. Even then, getting clipped, frame trapped, in fact, by the 4 here.
All right, set point LTP. Keep the momentum up. 2-3-16, you still got 100 meter behind it. Kickflip on him.
So I really like that decision. We're going to see if it comes up a bit later on here. Tail-off coming out from ZachCat here, trying to get things started, but LTP absolutely mowing down these projectiles here.
Yeah, send the gloom, but the Sunshine Boy pulls up with a 2-3-6C, but jump back dive kick. Not going to get too much from ZachCat, but stops LTP in his tracks.
Trying to slow it down, maybe end up getting the cycle here. Blocks the flip kick here. Let's see what LTP looks for. Gets a throw. This should nearly secure cycle for LTP, but ZachCat remains firm. Ooh.
There you go. Pick up with the spike.
Surely
100 meter for ZachCat to try and bring this back, so we set the gloom.
Oh! Okay, let's see. Ends up going for the low. Gets blocked here. LTP gets clipped, however.
Top of the orb. Gloom to secure that space. CS still available for LTP. Really doesn't have to force himself to do anything crazy. 50 seconds on the clock.
And I think LTP probably just wants to... Oh!
Triple pin!
How long were you charging that? Jesus.
Holding on strong.
Oh, no.
Can't hold on anymore. LTP seals it out with the 2-0. Looking a little bit better there for ZachCat in that final round, but still not able to seal it out with such a big health lead on LTP.
Yeah, and I wonder what options LTP maybe was looking for, because it seemed like the pins were starting to come out. Like we saw like about 3 pins, I would say.
Yep.
Like towards the end, that started to clip him. I wonder if maybe he was trying to get in around like a mid-range to like maybe 2-3-6C on reaction to maybe a gloom or something like that.
That would make sense. But speaking of the 2-3-6Cs on reaction, right? So many of them, we're seeing them rock from the Tsurugi on round start, right? You know, just, oh, okay, round number 2, I'm so up in the meter, I might as well enforce my plus frames and get a combo on hit. But otherwise, you know, just a really strong advancing move. But also using it to challenge at these awkward mid to long range encounters where we set the gloom, we spend the EX, and Hilda is thinking, okay, have a little bit more time before you make your approach, and all of a sudden he's zooming across the screen.
Absolutely. And despite some of the Roomba setups like earlier in the set, it really felt that ZachCat really had a hard time transitioning or parlaying their meter into like something a bit more meaningful on offense. Like even then, like some of the glooms were either guard canceled out of. So I wonder if maybe ZachCat might be able to find some like different setups. Having played like folks like Untold, there's a ton of different Roomba setups that you can go for to like call out some defensive options there.
Yeah.
But that being said, that's just how the cookie crumbles. Next up, I believe this is going to be Spinach versus Ethics Buster.
Ethics Buster is a godlike name, I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of play or what's it called character you're pulling up with to have that kind of tag, but I'm excited. It's got to be an evil character, but you know, talking about it with Brett yesterday, he was like, I find it hard to, you know, pick out who's good in this cast. You know, a force of good, rather. There's a lot of good characters who are strong, definitely, in this version of the game, but as far as forces of good, it's hard to say. Reluctantly hide, but I know. Ethics Buster, what are we pulling up with? Kuwan, question mark?
I should know. Oh, Dreki. Okay. Oh, Byakuya. Okay.
Byakuya.
Oh, we got message from Word on High. It's a whole thing, but regardless, yeah, we're gonna see the Byakuya come up here.
Okay.
And in terms of good characters, right? I definitely think the top 5 is hotly contested.
Oh yeah.
But Carmine,
definitely in contention for there, right? You know, a lot of players putting up really good results with him in this newer version of the game, getting you know, some really good consistency and quality of life buffs going into this version. That, you know. Yes, the defense is still pretty rough, but especially with all the meter gain that you're able to get, you know, guard thrust, VO become a lot more readily available, you know, in this version. So heading into it, game number 1, Carmine versus Byakuya, Spinach versus Ethics Buster.
All right, let's get this cracking here. Setting up the puddle to 6 VP is going to look pretty nice here. Trying to find some decent spacings around here. Spinach with the Assault JC. Going to get a quick throw into wheel. More puddle setup. It's time to deal with all these bombs. All right, goes for the wheel CS, maybe checking for a green shield right there.
Ooh, the air stall, but ends up putting you in the corner. All good, we jump back out anyway. Ethics Buster gets busted open on the defense.
I'm not going to lie, I got visually confused at the sight of that one.
Yeah, I definitely got hit, but so did you by the 5A. Ethics Buster able to escape the corner, but still a decent health lead to make your way out of.
All right, should be seeing a web setup here. Let's see what Ethics Buster is kind of looking for on the defense here. With Byaku's changes in this patch, having access to tools like 2-2A are very important for his set play here. Gets the throw going on here first, but want to talk about some changes. That's 60 DC.
Double web, but the Twister spend the 100 for it. Spring cleaning to clear the webs. That's round number 1 over to spinach.
Oh my! I'm not too sure what super that Ethics Buster was going for there.
Mash on hit, my lord. Not afraid of the puddle. You got an umbrella just ready for it on the other side. Ethics Buster sets the ground web.
Things are looking fine for now. Checking some movement with the 2-2X. Roll comes out, not quite there to punish it, but I do like the recognition there from Ethics Buster.
6BB, set the wheel. Bomb plant. Ooh.
And that was devious too because of the bomb setup right below there.
Yep.
Not really much you can do about that situation there.
Blood Prison, double bomb, little concentrate action to keep the grid healthy. No.
Let's check the mix.
Yep.
Just off
one
a
bomb.
couple of plus frames there. Oh!
Gotta keep track. Try to match your way back on out. Can't always respect the double bombs. Has to make your way out eventually, but 100 meter once again for the Blood Prison.
Cycle managed right now for Spinach in such a dominant fashion as well. Jeez, there goes the JA Fuzzy. That got way more consistent across the cast in this version, so you're going to see stuff like that come up more often where Carmine intentionally jumps up to make you think there's an overhead coming up, sets the bomb, and then uses that block stun to set up a true fuzzy situation there.
Exactly. It's so evil. I was looking at the comparison of the chart, the Universal Fuzzy from Clear to Uni 2, and I was like, wow, there's a lot more check marks than there used to be.
It's like a good spreadsheet, huh?
This character's looking pretty decent here, but Ethics Buster's going to need a decent response to escape, just mashing on the whiff charge.
Yeah, not willing to deal with like the IC with JC over here coming up from Spinach there. Yep. That's going to transition into some decent offense. Not quite able to get it. 63C off this confirm. Spent the CS in order to stay in. Really good tick throw pressure. Gets yet another throw here. Web is set up as well.
Okay, BO out. Ooh, forward throwing though. There you go, just the tail end of the BO. Oh, wonder what we were looking for there. The mash comes out from Ethics Buster even at the end of BO. Oh, okay, gonna block the fuzzy though.
Has a lot of meter. Could opt to guard thrust here at some point. Let's see what Ethics Buster chooses though. Opts for the shield and pushes Spinach out with that 2-2X.
Yeah, 60B with the crystallized, but no, we have long range specials on both sides. Drops the combo, but it's all good. We got the overhead production commentary. We're all putting our hands up here. We're like, all right, OG, you got it.
Oh my God! Speaking of J2C, immediately at round start, let him know.
Let him know and let it rip. Send the wheel off the throw, but throw tech. But the rejection isn't enough here for Ethics Buster. Brought to the corner once again.
Stanky leg connection is going to parlay into some pretty decent offense here. Yep. 1 bomb, 2 bomb. It's time to guess. Walks the low. Walks the overhead. 1 bomb set up. Second bomb on the veil off though.
There we go. Keeps it safe with a little shimmy. Drops the combo there.
God. Not really biting on a lot of these basic Spinach is opting for, but when he goes for quick mix-ups like the throw there, it's been quite effective.
There's some bomb.
I really like the J2C actually getting out of the range of the throw and potentially punishing. 2-2C connecting off of the anti-air here. Let's see what this combo looks like.
Yep. Dashy connection to the side swab.
All right, ends with the Rekka here.
Okay. Ooh, the blood rain gets you out of that corner there. Spend the 100 with the meter refund behind it too.
Spinach now chilling out here at set point. Let's see what he's got.
The puddle, can we avoid the rain? Caught out full screen, able to stabilize a little bit of that grid as well.
Cycles in favor of Spinach, so Ethics Buster trying to dash block and maybe get some shields going in here. Yep. But Spinach smartly playing around it.
Yeah, end of cycle assault to make sure you can seal out that Vorpal. Going to see us immediately for the meter. Healthy on it, trade with the bomb!
Your whiff punish is my whiff punish. Ah, man.
Your turn is my turn, comrade. 200 meter available for Spinach to try and seal this out.
Back, whoa! And Spinach has been opting for a ton of force function in the air in order to delay air movement here.
The air stall's so tricky, gotta watch the ground as well. One side of Spinach.
Oh my, mashing on the wheel CS.
Yeah, right?
Just
holding on to this meter, looking for any hit to convert into a blood prison, but takes to the skies, hit on the other side, but nothing found. Clean block, but blocks aren't going to save you from the throw.
Gotta be mindful of the shields here. Just barely walking out of range of the throw, in fact.
Yep.
Wow.
All right, sniped up by the webs. 200 meter available for Ethics Buster. One touch apiece with all the resources available. Jumps over the puddle.
We are flying around today. Jesus.
We are taken to the skies. No
Oh
wings.
my God.
No Red Bull, but we got the dash B for Ethics Buster. Brings it to a 1-1.
These anti-air 2-2Cs are crazy.
That's what I'm saying. You look so high off the ground. I feel like no one is thinking about the option of, oh, let me spend 100 meter to bring you right back down to earth. But perfect anti-air spacing coming out from Ethics Buster. So aware of the 100 meter. Now game number 3.
Good dash block, but not quite in range for the dash normal to connect here.
Yeah.
Next hit, however, goes in Ethics Buster's favor. And one really important thing regarding like both of these characters, they love spending meter for their set play.
Oh,
So
yeah?
whoever gets early momentum really does get the finesse it pretty early, pretty quickly here. Ooh. Big hit here. Spinach is just about, has enough meter for a reversal super if possible here, but let's see what comes up here.
Oh, put a little extra damage. I have to imagine that's a misinput on the web setup, so only gets to set 1, gets backed on into the corner. Now it's a bomb, baits out the V. Oh, bomb has been planted. It's still a little bit more time to veil off. How are we going to use it, though? Oh, he's stuck in prison, bro. You're in jail. Help!
Oh, my goodness. Looking like a CT. Whoa, okay.
Whoa, all right.
You're
CT
nice.
kind of cooking, but
I swear to God, right?
time slowly running down here. Ethics Buster, not enough HP left. Gonna fall here. Set point for Spinach.
Things are looking pretty good here, but Ethics Buster is showing a lot of force.
Yeah.
Let's see what comes up.
Ooh, just right past the puddle and the wheel.
Yeah, he's willing to engage at like early on the round starts here in order to get like past like the mid range.
Oh, that leap was scary. I thought we were going to get caught up on the puddle, but it's all good. Air to air, but no confirm off of the counter hit. Awkward hit. He didn't land fast enough and sniped by the 6B.
Not quite on time for the 2-2C there.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh no, bomb is still set up. Let's see what comes up here next. 2C connects from at range.
Yeah. Full wall bounce, full corner carry. Still got CS available, but dropping the crystallize.
Most unfortunate. Backs off from the 2B here. Oh no! And once again, Ethics Buster's had a very hard time dealing with some of the bomb sets from Spinach here.
Yep. This
surely is going to be the end. Oh no, not going to pop the veil off, just going to take the OP.
Yeah, I thought we would have gone lethal there into the IW, but maybe just playing with your food a little bit too much. Spinach, can we close out the job? What's the main course? How are we going to put this last hit on Ethics Buster? AUB off of the wheel, and that's 2-1 for Spinach.
Caught up on the unblockable there. That was a very rough situation. I'm not sure if they were still in block stun, but if they were, they might have been able to opt for a guard thrust in order to like push away Carmine there. But again, very difficult to like figure out.
Remember in the moment,
Yeah, especially due to like the way that like every Carmine sets their bombs way differently.
Exactly.
So like, for example, the way that Spinach will opt for things entirely different from like the way like what 2 GB will do or what Defiant will do.
Exactly. Yeah, a lot of creativity on it. You know, we see Defi going for a lot of these shimmies, but, you know, Spinach just staying in your face every single time. We saw so many of these fuzzy attempts, which Ethics Buster, I think, was, you know, getting better at guessing on as the game went on, but there's only so many 50-50s you can hold before you fold. Ethics Buster down into the loser's side, but definitely put up a good fight making her way there.
Yeah, very fun set to watch here. Coming up next, I believe we have Luful and Uni 2 player. So if you've watched New York Uni, you have probably seen
You've
Luful.
seen this dude. You've seen this phone on the streets.
I'm not going to lie. But yeah, honestly, Luful been playing the game for quite a while now.
Oh, yeah.
I remember playing like ST and like him being on net play like 24/7.
Yep.
These days streaming quite frequently and also hosting on a couple of days for the East Coast Danison. So definitely been trying to put in some community work, and I want to shout that out.
Absolutely. Big shout out to everybody, you know, helping host the Danison stuff. I know Jushichi, you know, Makoto Fox have really been taking the reins of, you know, trying to help those out and support those communities. But even everybody else stepping in and being like, oh, let me host the lobby night. Let me, you know, have these public records and archives of these players trying to get better, running these long sets so that we can kind of track our progress and grow as a community, you know, and make it something that's, oh, okay, yeah, you can hop on a rank, you can play a couple of these games, but having, you know, the feedback from everyone there, oh, you're getting caught up by this is the habit that I'm noticing from you, and then attaching, you know, this kind of separate system that tracks your progress is so fun.
Yeah. And, like, again, I do want to highlight again what you were saying there. Like, the fact that it is not just, like, 1 or 2 pillars. It is, like, a movement of people supporting that and moving forward. So, it's really fantastic here.
Yeah. It's cool to see. So, we're heading into it. Game number 1, no button check required. Uni 2 player immediately strung up.
Unfortunately for them, the resulting interaction still ends up going Luful's way here. Gets a quick knockdown early on. Let's see what comes up next.
Go, air fireball to the air stall. Oh! Sniped out of the sky with the air throw.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, there was no option select there. That was a very fast call out.
Exactly. We're not OSing anything. We just felt that in the soul of Luful right now, but swiped off after the or the CS rather. Able to get the side swap.
Things are looking decent. Gonna cash out on the EX guys in here. Let's see what comes up next. 6FF and projectile.
Fireball sees the red bit. Sniped out with the ricochet shot. Pick up off the EX laser 2. Uni 2 player gonna bring you all the way over to that East Coast. Let's go home, Luful. Oh, never mind. EX cancel. Still not enough.
Yeah, not quite there. Let's see what comes up next. Cycle is in favor of Uni 2 player. Checking for a couple of options here.
Tapping the toes, a little stagger there over in the corner. Seals out the first round for Uni 2 player.
Alright, ends up going for the install super. Let's see what comes up here from it.
Yep. Jumps over to the other side. Uni 2 player just holding on strong, waiting out the duration, getting some free shields as we go.
They're by the 2-2A, but things are looking fine. Ooh. Oh, that's 6
air-to-air dive kick.
It's looking good thus far. Let's see what the ender ends up looking like. Okay, 2-1-4C. 2-2C. Gets the reload.
Yep. Theo immediately unhand me. Get me out of this corner, but fought your way to the mid-screen just to be put back into the wall.
It is what it is. Things are what they are. Cycle as well as the EX ender here coming out. Let's see what the Oki looks like. Gets the reload. Goes for a simple meaty. Ooh, that's 6C.
Yep. Off this next CS, you know, has enough meter for the IW. Might not even need it off of a B in the corner. More than enough damage here for Uni 2 player to take game number 1.
Yeah, and if I'm Uni 2 player, I might key into a little bit of the green shields there later on from Luful to see if that's like an adaptation that comes up more over time. Oh my. Carbine.
I have never seen the Luful Carbine. Never in my days.
I have not seen it.
No, he's laughing.
He's like, nah.
I'm just playing. Everybody got a parking Carbine in Uni 2, but, you know, Luful is sticking with the old reliable.
The tried and true, for sure.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Shot from the round start, tries to take your approach afterwards, but Luful unafraid to be aggressive on hit.
Absolutely here. This first knockdown is going to go very well. 100 meter already off one hit.
Yep. Send the BDP, run out of the corner. Snap by the fireball. It's not the worst thing in the world. Oh, scary.
Uni 2 player maybe looking for a couple of purple shields right there, but still getting tripped up by Luful's projectiles on it. They're looking pretty decent here.
Just outside the throw range as well.
Oh, you still push forward. Jesus, 6XC on the CS activation.
That's what I'm saying.
And Luful definitely a big fan of like up backing and neutral. So I think these players having a hard time adjusting to that. I wonder if they might want to either go for like a bit of ricochet or 2-3 speed to maybe check out some of those ranges.
Yeah. All right, 200 meter available for Uni 2 player. Okay, clean shield to try and steal the cycle back and off of the grid break. Definitely going to secure Vorpal.
Unfortunate drop, but still maintaining the pressure here.
Yep.
These 2A staggers putting in a lot of work surprisingly here. Luful cracking a little bit at that.
Yep, secures the second cycle. All this potential meter in the world up in the next CS.
Ooh.
Big counter hit, but a big drop from Uni 2 player as well. A little bit too spaced off the gunshot.
Oh, the EX cutting sync. Nice job there.
And in-step finds the interrupt for the 100 meter. You had Vorpal, you might as well spend it while it's on discount.
Oh my goodness. Good round start going in for Uni 2 player here right now. They've got a ton of momentum going on here at set point. That's the EX ender here.
Yep. Reload up into the corner.
Oh!
There we go. A little low crush action. Stall in the air for the full counter hit starter.
Absolutely. Not going to be enough meter for IW here, but this is going to be basically one more knockdown, especially with cycle for a CVO.
EX behind it. Vorpal damage bonus. You're looking for any opportunity to stop this one touch.
Ooh. Theo comes out with Uni 2 player, and the resulting interaction absolutely on the ball, and it's going to take that 2-0. Great work from them.
Stopped in your tracks. Especially in that first game, I think there were a couple situations where it was like, oh, well, why would you be aggressive there? Why would you be hitting something, you know, it's a particularly disadvantaged situation. But I think once Uni player warmed up to, all right, Luful is going to be definitely more aggressive as far as trying to take his turn back, you were, you know, able to police some of the madness there.
For sure. And I think that, like, the run-up dive kick, I think, was very symbolic of that.
Yeah.
Just being able to say, you know what? You're not even an EX DP here. I think you're just going to mash like 2A here. Watch
exactly.
this.
You ain't got it like that, bro. I know you have all the meter in the world, but you're going to be greedy thinking, oh, I'm going to respect this, so let me take to this guys, go for that low profile, and seal it back out.
Absolutely. And we're going to see, like, a lot of it, like, in general for Uni, one thing that's really important for this game is just, like, the way in which you play around throws and lows and, like, the way that you try to crush those. So a lot of characters with those tools can be very prominent here.
Yeah.
Coming in next, however, we do have Klim versus Toast.
Ooh,
and I think this is this set is very emblematic of the old versus the new guard.
Exactly. Yeah, we were talking, I'm sure you guys saw it on your timeline as well, Klim posting something like, oh, man, all of the previous champions are misaligned from their games because the full title of Under Night, EXE latest or whatever, it's 2 lines, so it just shifts everything down 1. So obviously, like you're saying, the old guard come to, show some of these newer players what for in Uni 2. But Toast, definitely one of these players who has exploded onto the scene, putting up really good results with the Hyde. So I'm excited to see this generational clash.
Yeah. Dude, whether it's a top 8 or just a crazy Hyde clip, I swear to God, I see Toast pop up on a bunch of Twitter.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I see him everywhere.
For those that are...
Unknown OD Smash player. Okay.
There's a lot of, in general, there's a lot of French bread crossover with, like, Smash, especially, like, especially CC. CC you usually see it, like, the most, given the fact that these are, like, very movement-based games. There.
Yeah.
Just kind of in general there from, like, the platform era, platform fighter, like, section. But, again, as we were talking about, Toast, very big on the Hyde.
Yep.
And I don't remember off the top of my head if Klim has switched characters. We've seen a lot of legacy folks switch characters, but I believe we're going to see the Merkava coming in today, the classic.
Okay. Rocking it. Light blue Merkava pulling up here with the Kaki's Hyde. All right, what team we going with? Gordo versus Chaos. Okay.
All right. Now let's see what we get coming up here. Both of these characters, well, especially Hyde, I would say, is very much so juiced up in this version of the game. That's kind of the general, like, feel.
That's a sentiment, yeah.
Yeah. Everyone looks at Hyde and goes like, oh, you just do this even better now.
Oh, he's quite good, yeah. Definitely not a undervalued pick, I think, in this current meta, but sending out the Merkava. A character that I think flies under the radar and flies right into your face. Able to get the first hit here for Klim up against the wall. Not able to seal out Vorpal for it, though.
Things looking pretty good. Going for the 4B ender there. Just up back with the JP. Nice job there. Should be able to get 2-2C and bring out the worms if need be.
Fadeaway aerial. He said, I'm nice. Set the kids.
Backs up. And opting, rather than 50-50, opting to, like, take the cycle and play it much safer.
Yeah. Stabilizing the risk reward there. Has a CS available to keep up the pressure for this last hit. Slam jam back down to the ground. Young man, let's see this perfect.
Let's see what comes up here next for the round start. 6-6C, but gets beaten by the neutral jump. This is looking pretty great for Klim here. Should be able to get massive corner carry off of this. Another 2-2C ender.
There we go. Tadpole's ready and waiting.
Once again, keeping it nice and safe there. Backdashes on the 6-6C.
Okay. Able to, I was going to say able to maintain that corner situation, but we've given up so much space. We're already back out to the mid-screen.
Ooh. He's looking solid there, trying to go for the throw, but man, that 2B, absolutely massive normal.
Yeah, definitely able to cover a lot of space here. Celestial available for Klim, so we are cashing out on the damage. Still a little bit of refund, 100% meter available to try and close this out.
Worm throw damage quite high here, not able to convert off the stagger, but the 6-6C catches the low shield.
The slam jam, that was a commanding first game coming out from Klim, right? We've seen some, back and forth sets as far as our block here on commentary so far, but that was one of the most commanding I've seen.
Yeah, for sure. And I think a lot of it, I can't help but just really think about how much Klim is just committing to, like, playing it safe at, like, certain ranges. Or, especially when he, like, mounts an offense here. Smart surrender coming out there. Oh, nice.
Tries to float to the other side. Toast going to challenge. Finally gets the opportunity to run a little bit of corner pressure, but swings the cycle in your favor so strong with the shield.
Fantastic. Another slam. Dude, this is crazy.
Klim is slamming. He is jamming. He's bringing you all the way back over to this East Coast right now. Corpse on action. Float back, JB.
He's looking fine. Backs off with the fireball here. Ooh. Opting for the 6-6C after the zoning from Merc.
And that's looking good with the 6B as well. Bring us over to the corner. Lots of meter on both sides here, so we're going to go for the high knees.
Nice job going for the Rekka ender. Yep. Plenty of corner carry and still a solid knockdown here. 2-2B. Nice throw.
Scoop. Combo throw. You're not going to build up enough for the IW, so not going to be able to kill with the scaling here, but Still might as well spend the EX, make it even more perilous. Toast puts a round on the board.
Things are looking up and up there. After that dominant game one, Toast proving that there's still a bit more gas in the tank there. But man, nice shield on the assault is going to result in the punish here.
Go, caught up, chomped up, 200 meter available for Klim, so he set the tadpoles one more time. Fade away JB.
Yeah, recognizing that Klim is opting for a very, very safe pressure afterwards and using the roll there is pretty smart to get past the arms.
Yeah, but not only is the pressure safe, it's also spaced out so that the roll isn't able to escape from the corner. Oh no,
oh my god.
Off the throw, still not enough with the tadpoles, and we find the counter hit. 6B, Toast, you have quite the uphill battle, and that is an understatement of the century. 200 meter to your name. No, but we just smash on through. Chomp, chomp, chomp with the 2A. It's Klim on set point.
Mind you, he was even grid broken, so there's no way that he would have been able to shimmy and maybe assault over the 2A.
Yep.
Plus frames off of the EX orbiter. Click on the 5A. Let's see what comes up next. Solid hits, keeps you seeing. And again, Toast recognizing, again, kind of the safe pressure, back teching here. But Celestial on a Merkava? This is going to look dicey.
That's what I'm saying. You have the veil up, but trying to get the combo going as long as possible to wait out the VO. Still able to wait out the full duration, 200 meter. No, man. Guy is looking glutinous, but he might just be Toast IW. It's 2-0 for Klim in a clean sweep.
Yeah, wave the hands in the air. That Merc IW getting it done here.
Yep. Definitely saw some fight coming back from Toast, right? When we were able to swap it up, gave a little bit of opportunity for that scramble with the back throw. But I think as soon as that one misstep happened from Klim, he was immediately like, okay, game number one, I was playing it super clean, trying to stay spaced out, to avoid giving any opportunity for it to come back. Even if the risk reward is in my favor, staying a little more close up, I might as well just stabilize the situation. I can win neutral time after time again. And with the, constant control over the Vorpal cycle, just able to keep it clean.
And I would say, on top of that, right, the near threat of what Klim winning neutral meant in that set was so impactful. Yeah. Every time Klim won neutral and was able to transition into Worm Oki, it felt like either Toast was getting thrown for nearly 3K or they were getting clipped by some sort of safe jump setup there into the same Oki once again.
It was absolutely evil, but definitely able to, make Toast try and pedal the metal, try and bring it up to 200%, but sent down into the losers side. So losers is what's next, but hey, coming up next, there are so many other tournaments, on the horizon for 2024, also, on this ARC World Tour as well. So if you guys want to save a little bit on your registration, make sure to register today with discount code CB2024 for 10% off your registration. And hey, I mean, it might just be one of the biggest events of the year, especially with Uni 2 also going to be there as well. So hopefully we get to see you and save a little bit of money on your way there.
Absolutely, yeah. And again, with that ARC World Tour coming up, it is super huge. But we'll see a bit more tournament action coming up momentarily right now. We've got an ad coming up for you guys, but stay tuned.
See you in a sec. What's good there, gamers? Welcome back. We got some more Uni 2 Top 128 action. Once again, it's your boy JT, and I'm hanging out on the mic with Toito once again.
What's up, dude? How's it going? Wait, we've been here the whole time. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm fumbling. Damn, that's crazy.
Hanging out. And who do we have up next, Toito, for this more Top 128 action?
We've got Veil 47 up against Money Tang coming up here. And I have not seen Stang in, ages for a major in general. I'm not going to lie. But glad to see them coming out here. We had word from on high that they were playing Elton earlier this weekend, so we're going to see what that is all about here. And in the meantime, it looks like we were talking about Veil 47 and then potentially playing a bunch of other games, but not super familiar with them here. We'll see what's coming up here.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see that. Like you were mentioning, right? We were talking about it a little bit before the break. Stang, Money Tang, whatever you want to refer to him as. Definitely one of the OGs as far as the uni scene. And even I've seen, secondhand stories of, Stang was, mentoring me when I was just starting out the game. Stang, gave me a lot of good fraud review, just hung out, ran a lot of sets with me until I was able to level up my play. So it's cool to see these mentors still pulling up, showing their own skill and saying, all right, I can teach the community, but I can also press some buttons myself.
Sometimes your right as a veteran is to beat the tar out of people that are on the up and up.
Exactly, yeah.
But that being said, I'm not too sure how the set is going to go. We've already seen some pretty crazy stuff. We got a ton of very surprising losers side results coming in here, right? So we'll see.
I saw the Mika lock in too. I don't think that's a character that I've had the chance to see on bracket. you know, as far as my commentary block. So I'm excited to see a little bit of that Mika missile action. Heading on into it, you were right, Torito. It is going to be the, I was going to say Elf, the Elf for Stang here, heading into game number 1.
Let's see what comes up. Basic 2A stagger here. Nothing too crazy yet.
He's there in the mid-screen.
Things are looking fine. Trying to use those 5A staggers to throw frame 3 shields here. Alright. Oh, unfortunate drop though.
So letting no kills, but it's all good. We have the pressure still mounted with the CS.
Assault JC ends up connecting here. Cycle should be going in favor of Veil right now. Solid confirm as well. Able to get a decent knockdown here. Ooh! Caught with the frame trap actually. I'm not too sure what Stang was pressing there.
Yeah, about to build up the 200 meter, but CS quickly evens out the meter situation. Not able to find anything off of it though because Stang finds the hit.
Things are looking decent. Going for the 214 ender here. Let's see what comes up next. Jeez, nice throw. Let's see what comes up. Ooh, DP.
Escape. Still a decent amount of meter to seal it out on either side.
Yeah, EX cancels into the dive kick there.
Yep.
Jesus, and look at the patience from Stang. Really not willing to commit super heavily on defense right now.
Alright, yeah, look at this one last hit. Playing it slow, but finally run up the assault. Caught out with the air-to-air, but dropped on the combo there off the counter hit.
Things are looking decent. Using some of the gunshots to space out Mika there, but the 2-on-4 is going to connect and get it done.
That last 30 seconds was, you know, barely any health left, but just looking for that last hit.
I know. Reminded me of previous versions, honestly, with the way that like both players very willing to not very commit too hard on defense.
Exactly. Especially when they have both of those resources just stocked up, so afraid of the metered options. Still, over in the corner here, CS available.
Alright, things are looking decent. Oh no! Big punish coming out there. Nice shield on the Mika missile, if I saw that correctly there. Go for TPB. You've seen it here before. EX ender into a reload. And those staggers, one really big thing about Elton in general is the fact that not only are our staggers great, even better in Vorpal,
yeah,
but it's also the fact that so much of them are forward advancing.
Yeah.
So you have to deal with the tools like 5A and 2B especially, like moving forward. Very, very good.
Yeah, it's scary. Even if you're able to find the shields on a couple of the hits earlier in the block streak, still able to advance and keep the pressure on, strung up here for Stang. 100 meter available. Do you see the 100 meter spend?
Should be here. Right, there it goes.
Yep.
Decent. 2-2C. Gets a reload. Ooh! Caught a throw tip, but not there at the punish.
Yeah, didn't get the conversion, unfortunately, so now it's a counter hit. Gale trying to bring it back.
Use one more hit to even it up at the very least here. Let's see what comes up. And there goes those 6-6 T2A. Honestly, like, having played Outlander in this version, you see that come up very frequently as like a powerful frame trap option there.
Yep.
And even then, like sometimes if you want to shield the gunshot, it can get very dicey as Elton is able to destroy you after 6-6. So it can result in some very funky RPS if you're not very willing to like either commit or if you're not realizing 6-6 is coming out. Yeah, how fast it is. Ooh.
This guy just staring at each other. Looking at the end of the cycle there as well.
Yeah, ended up getting what I believe is probably just like a 3-CAD right there.
Yeah.
Ooh. Follow up there on the 5VPs, going to connect. Plenty of meter to work with. Gets the 2FF as well. There's the IW into the death.
Keep it simple. Up to the heavens, back down to earth here. Game number 1 over to Veil. Alright, game number 2. That first round was seeming definitely very much in the favor of Stang here, so Veil able to turn it back up. Shield loses a good amount of grid for it, but still a decent amount of time left in the cycle.
He's looking good. Gets the reload, throw. Another throw connecting here. I wonder what Veil's defensive on. I wonder what Veil is trying to do like defensively there. Now getting caught with the frame trap as well. Stang really doing a good job of rotating through his offensive options.
Yeah, I imagine we were looking for a third cycle west there and get counter hit for it, but didn't even have to spend much meter there, especially with the CS refund coming back here into round number 2.
Like the round starts, just a couple of dashes.
Mika cart, double dash, 150 meter available.
The jump things are fine right now. Might see some green shields come up as the cycle's about to end here.
Oh, no. He keeps it clean. It's scary to try and shield against Nico, right?
Oh my god, dude. You green shield like twice against like Nico or a wall, and then you get crit, then you're like, oh,
it's time to die.
I'm sorry for being stupid. That's on me.
It's my fault for trying to win the cycle. I got a little bit greedy there, but still able to seal out that cycle. CS available for Stang.
Oh god, grid break in fact. I think that caught maybe like a late shield attempt because it became a purple shield there.
Yep.
Plenty of meter and let's see, that is indeed Celestial here.
Yeah.
Things are looking even dicier. Spends it all on the Assault JA. Big trade coming in, the 6-6C anti-air.
A clean stand block on the immediate overhead off of the Assault, but instead we're just gonna seal it out to IW. One game apiece.
We saw a lot of patient neutral coming in from game one. And it feels like things are starting to escalate a little more and more as these players get used to each other here. Stang already getting an early hit in this last game.
She entered the reload. Ooh. I like the staggers towards the end of the cycle to try and make sure that Vale isn't able to get any free shields, but still able to send it and secure the CS, but a lot of help for it.
Gets the reload, and yet another frame trap with that 2C. It's been so good for Stang here. It feels like he orients like a ton of, it feels like he uses a ton of like throw, or just like basic strike throw, and then just transitions into like frame trap pressure like towards the end of these rounds.
Exactly, yeah. Puts it on the brain, says, all right, I can't just down back forever, right? You know, yes, the overheads might be a little bit reactable off of the assaults, but we're throwing throw into the mix. Starts using the OS, and that's where we really opened up the damage to the counter hits. Up against the corner once again. It's looking like a repeat of the last round, but different ending, the bad ending here off the drop.
Things are looking all Nico right now. Gets the 5A, catches the mash here. Let's see what comes up next after this knockdown here.
And we see beyond the Veil. Are we going to get opened up on the defense? No, the immediate mash out from Stang. Able to start your pressure with dive kick right in front for all the turns in the world.
Things are looking all money right now. Let's see what comes up here next. Looks like a 6C. Up 4 JA, but not quite ready for the rest of the confirm.
Yeah, exactly. Wasn't sure if it was going to work out there.
There's that rotation that we were talking about a little bit earlier, but we're already moving way past that. CS coming out from Vale, trying to look for a green shield. No dice. Good throw text from both players.
Lead text, lots of time on the board here. 40 seconds to be able to clear out this potential last HP. Stang on set point, trying to get something here late. I think EX.
Nice recognition of the situation there. Vale finally getting that shield from earlier. Just earlier in one round here, finally getting the hit and manages to get this next round here. Both players here at set point.
One round away, but look at the meter advantage coming out from Vale. Yeah, immediately send it with all 3 hits of the Mika missile, trying to be tricky with Tang here.
Yeah, maybe trying to make sure that like Stang ends up whiffing some of the shields right there.
Yeah, exactly.
We did see the whiffing shields, but even then. That assault is nasty.
Pick up here from Stang. Not the most damage in the world, but we're just looking for the corner carry. Metered ender.
Yeah, it feels reminiscent of the Klim said earlier, where like Stang's not necessarily like maxing out on the damage, but their consistency in neutral, as well as their ability to just like route consistently into their OP is very good here. Look at the Celestial now too.
Shots keep you locked down in the corner. Still so many empowered bullets to work with here. Also got the quadruple shot.
Oh no!
200 meter available. Stang keep the combo going. No drops. It should be the end. One slam into the EX laser. IW seals it 2-1 for Stang.
Man, crazy stuff there. And like we were already seeing multiple adjustments from there. So remember how I mentioned like the 6-6C, sort of the RPS around there? Literally earlier in that last game, Stang opted for 6-6C straight into throw.
Oh, okay. But all the conditioning from the previous set and now finally swapping it up in that last round.
And then Vale was still prepared for that and ended up getting the throw tech there. It's these little situations, the minutiae of like Under Night, that you can really get into like the nitty gritty with so many situations.
Yeah, being able to respond to multiple options from your opponent, well, okay, they haven't shown this the entire set, but I know it's in the back of their mind. I know what they're trying to condition, and being able to not only notice it when it happens, but respond appropriately in the heat of the moment, you know, is such a big skill there. But Stang still able to seal it out either way, but Vale would have been an amazing fight.
Yeah, very fun set here coming up. And we've got a ton more action here.
Yeah.
JT, you want to let the people know what's coming up next.
Oh, who we got next? A couple fan favorites. We got Mr. Rakir himself. The Lats take up the entirety of the player cam, but don't worry. We'll swap over to player number 2 to see a man lock in by the name of Kai I, NYCZ's own Brandon. Let's see it.
Dude. Now, keep in mind, we were talking about this earlier, but Brandon being here means that he did indeed win the Lene mirror against some of Michigan's finest, Miller 2B, earlier in this top 128.
Yeah, we were talking about that, just looking through some of the potential sets. Miller 2B versus Kai. We were thinking we might see the Mouse versus Rat mirror, but yes, like you're saying, Kai able to take it in that mirror, you know, trying to really lock in for the Lene representation. I know wasn't too happy about coming in second place at the Uni 2 auction tournament yesterday, so really making sure, all right, I'm locked in, bringing in all of my attention here for the real Uni 2 main bracket over here in top 128, trying to make it into that next phase.
Yeah, hopefully no Valor on the screen this time.
No BCT to distract, but we got the eye drops to lock in one more time. The Roto Z. Goichi Jr., is that you?
Oh my, yeah.
Nutty Young Crazy Z.
Oh man. What a zoomer. Actually, he's definitely older than me. Anyway,
it's funny that he goes by Zoomer, but yeah.
Yeah. So as we were talking about it a little bit earlier there, but for those that have seen Klim like throughout the years, might be a little surprised by the character swap here, but yeah, fear not, he is indeed on the Landrekia these days. Long switched off of Enkidu as of this version.
Yeah, Enkidu tried out a little bit of the Tsurugi, but Rakir has really settled in on the Landrekia. It's funny seeing some of his tweets where he's like, oh, I have this starter and I'm able to get a better Oki setup and more damage than my previous character. Like, man, I'm just going to stick it out here and find the stand shield on the attempt of the assault. Kai, little overzealous for the jumping.
Ooh, unfortunate drop here. Brandon ends up opting for the throw there, but there it is. You're going to see that JC a lot.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of this 2C as well. So much range with the low here from Lene.
Let's see what comes up here next. Gonna go for a basic knockdown Helm Breaker. Let's see what comes up next for Mix.
It's funny, we've seen so many of these OG players who are like, oh, okay, they're neutral. Their defense is so good, but their combos not optimized for the more recent version of the game. Brandon is like, I wouldn't say the opposite, right? The neutral and defense are still good, but always wants to go for the showiest optimal combos, sometimes to his own detriment, right? So now stuck in that freeze stage, looking for any opportunity to open up at the back. Projectiles coming out from the Blossom here is able to seal out round 1.
Yeah, sets up the 2-2-C flower then, and I'm not too sure if like Kai was opting for like maybe the force function or what there, but it's not working out very successfully. Oh!
Tried to go for the air stall there. I wonder if we're trying to bait out a stand shield, but either way, Rakir patient there. Able to find the hit.
Sets up the turret here. The Ray 3C ends up catching some mash out there from Brandon. Things are looking decent. Should be able to route. Oh, just a little too far for the confirm.
Yeah, I tried to go for a cheeky reset with a run under, but instead we got VO bi-directional, all good wherever you end up. Now you're ending up in the corner here with Ice State on you.
And I like that JC right there from Rakir. I want to lock in on that in a moment right now. Yeah. But for the time being, Rakir trying to just keep this momentum going on. Should be able to pop free state, may be able to steal cycle, in fact. Let's see. No, realizes that's not possible and opts for the flower Oki. Man, nice.
Yeah, there's some stand tech attempt there, but instead just getting caught up in the Ice Blossom. EXDP to escape the corner.
Looking fine. There's the Ice Rain. And I'm not going to lie, Ice Rain extremely hard to shield.
Yeah.
Given just like the pattern of it right there, like if you're shielding it, you're more than likely either just trying to look for the cycle there, but Landrekia is just going to be plus.
It's terrible, yeah. All the plus turns in the world, even with the shield, just looking for a little extra grid there, but game number 2, Rakir just going right back into the action.
Turret is set up once more, but the BTP coming out there from Brandon.
Yeah, I wonder if we were looking for an empty low there off the jump hit, but I not afraid to DP through.
Speaking of low, seeing that 2C come out right there for the frame trap, such like very, very staggered pressure right there.
Kuga, Hellbreaker Ender, keep it clean, keep it easy. Oh, I got the counter hit, but maybe just not sure how to confirm off the awkward just above the air hit.
CS is to assess the situation, but the up back Ice Rain ends up punishing the 2C. Brandon here.
50 meter on the board for Brandon. How are we going to try and escape? We've seen the EXDP before, and we've seen the drop. Oh, the Rekka confirms from Rakir as well.
Rakir maybe looking for a grid break on reaction to some of those green shields that are backing off successfully. Gets the Frost debuff on. All it takes is one hit to freeze Brandon, and that should be able to clean up the rest of this round here.
Okay. Here to air Kuga, but, you know, so low to the ground, not able to get a full confirm. Jump in right through, cross up on the other side with the JB. Confirm once again.
Oh my God.
For the grid, gets the punish on the FFTP.
And keep in mind, the frame gap, the gap between both FF hits is around like, I think it's like 11, 16 frames, something around those lines. So you can like stuff it if you're blocking it and you're close enough.
Yep. Sometimes it can be a little tricky, especially if it's spaced out, but still able to thread the needle here for Kai. Wants to tie it up with a 1-1 and off to a great start, 200 meter in the corner.
Could be the common ender we've seen. Oh no, opting for cashing out on even more damage with the IW there. Also able to secure the cycle. Very smart actually, now that I think about it there. But the up, forward, JC. What if my throat crush led to a full confirm? And I'm probably taking cycle, by the way. 6B, no, sets the turret here. Checking for maybe a couple of green shields.
Yeah, we spend a little bit of meter to secure the cycle, and we're like, oh no, we're down on resources. You win the cycle, you CS, and you get all that meter back. The economy is definitely self-sufficient here, over here in the corner.
Turret set up once more. And I really like the patience from Rakir, letting the turret do the work post-roll.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of DP, EXDP coming out from Brandon, right? So just trying to slow down the pace a little bit. CS, not going to be able to assess the situation. Time, that was the test, and you failed. It's set point Rakir.
Let's see what Canada's Finest has to offer here.
Yep. Cold winds from up north, tries to go for the ice rain. I think I saw the FF attempt, but all the ice rain in the world, the hail. Looking like inclement weather for Kai's flight for the next round.
Dash up, back dash. 6B's going to help secure some of the cycle towards Rakir, but Brandon opting to commit the blocking right there is going to get the cycle. Spends it on the CS.
So just really the 5C there, able to get the full pickup off the Kuga.
Things are looking solid with green shield once more. Really good rebeats there from Brandon right there.
Yeah, just picking up the entire cycle off of 3 with green shields, but still able to fight back. Kai worse for wear. Another drop on the Rekka pickup. Rakir.
Oh, another ice rain. Oh my god, should be able to clean it up here. This is going to be 2-0 for Rakir.
Hands as cold as the weather. Some crucial combo drops on both sides, right? That was really making it a lot of scramble situations. But Rakir able to stabilize even off of a lot of these drops in the corner. So Brandon sent down into the loser's side against the launch.
Man, and again, there are so many more players to go through here. Already seeing some matchups that you would think would be in like top 16.
Exactly, yeah. Just shows to, goes to show the level of competition that has really condensed here, right? So many of us pulling up here to Schaumburg, Illinois, Combo Breaker 2024 to show some love to one of our favorite games. So once again, so cool to see so many of these Uni 2 talents all in one place. It's so cool to see you guys in the chat supporting, cheering along, keeping up with the brackets, right? So much that we can't show on stream, otherwise we'd be here all day and all night, which, to be fair, we kind of are here on this channel all day, all night with the Uni 2. But, we got to keep that bracket moving. So, if you have that exclamation point bracket, the start.gg available to keep up with your favorite players throughout the bracket. Feel free to update your friends and your homies in the chat on what's going on off stream.
Absolutely. And coming up next, we've got a very exciting set coming up here. This is going to be Rock Hawk versus Knots.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. Oh, it's a top 24 winners qualifier as well. Okay.
Yeah, so no matter what, both players will make it out of here, but this will determine winners and losers. And again, we've been talking up how stacked this bracket is. Yeah. You do not want to get in losers. No. You want to delay that for as long as possible, honestly.
It is a sea of sharks down there, and the winner's side is no different. So you want to play as few games as possible. Yes, we love Uni 2, but we want to keep our tournament run alive and healthy here. So Rockhawk, if I'm not mistaken, is on the Byakuya?
I think so. Yes, yes, okay. They are. Because I remember last year I saw them play against Deeps at Pools with Brett, and that was a very insane set. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot. Yep. If you wanna watch it, VODs are up somewhere. I'm not gonna lie to you.
And Knots, of course, needs no introduction. Famous player out here on the streets. Might need an introduction for me. I forgot who we played, but now he's locked in on the set. I was trying to OS it, waiting, but he took a second for the pallet. I was like, no.
That's the worst part about it. When you're like, okay, they're playing.
This J2 guy exposed on the map. This J2 guy probably doesn't even play Uni2. But all good. The players are ready for the action. Headed right into it. Rockhawk on the Byakuya and Knots pulling up with the set.
Look, if you need assistance in that department, I can personally say that Knots cooked me months ago when I finally returned to looking for games PC.
So we'll never forget the character choice as far as that one goes. But pick up with the 5B up against the corner once again.
Things are looking solid here. Rock really just opting to use some of the Byakuya staggers here. Again, keeping it very simple here. Uni pressure, especially at very high levels of play. Neither player is really willing to commit super heavily until a little ways in, or if they have meter available.
Up or pick up. Set one right behind. Just run up for the throw.
He goes off for GC connects. Should be a decent route here. Might even pop IW for the kill outright, but no. Settles for the open here.
Yeah. Ooh, there we go. The empty low, the tap on the toes. So confident with the life lead there that you're like, if I can make it into round number 2 with 200, I think I'm fine.
Tricky stuff right there, but Hawk getting the hit, but not quite able to make it into that set play.
Yeah. There we go. Now we're going to see the side swap, but being back in the mid screen, not the worst thing in the world here.
Using that new force function in the routing right there, going for the 63 CN here, cashing out on damage with solid urging as well.
Ooh, whipping the 5B there.
Good throw. Okay, things are looking pretty decent here. It looks like Rockhawk really isn't like getting baited too heavily by some of the nonsense.
I think trying to be tricky with the movement, especially on defense, you know, throw off the orb tracking a little bit, but you know, when you whiff or it's still out there, not trying to be too committal to being tricky.
Yeah, and they're also very willing in some places to like use the JA if they like smell like something's water, so to speak.
Exactly. Holding on strong, waiting for that second web.
Oh.
Throw it right in front of your face. Oh no, Rockhawk.
I think part of what might have motivated that was I remember super distinctly there was a Twitter clip talking about Seth 5A breaking web and still actually hitting Byakuya. I think it was Seth 5A if I remember off the top of my head.
So space out on the counter play, the counter layer 3 coming out from Rockhawk, super smart, but no, it's not going to save you over here in the round number 3. Knots finds the hit, a clean conversion to the corner.
Things looking pretty good for Knots here. Sets up the orb immediately, meaties as well with it.
Text back into the corner. Careful of the orb. I like the respect. Object permanent. So true. Back throw next. Snapper. The full confirm. That's Knots with game number 1.
Some of the instability from those first rounds starting to peter out as both players begin to lock in like as this set continues.
Yeah, seen some good stuff from Rockhawk. Obviously able to take that round and clearly playing around some very matchup specific counterplay, but still caught out. 2 orbs on the screen, the dive from top rope.
Oh. That 5A not quite connecting true in this instance here. Has a force function as well, good little magnet there. Comes up next after this routing. Being a little upset, but not too sure what mix Knots might offer.
Oh! Ended up walking yourself out of the corner there, so tricky.
I swear, every time I look at Seth mix, it's like a multiple choice question, and you should have circled B, which was hidden in invisible ink.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't even know that that was an option there. All the above, none of the above. Does the order matter? No, Knots on set point.
Jesus, 5C for mid-range there, putting in absolutely a massive amount of work there.
Yeah, 2 meter apiece. Knots just running away with it right now. Up on the end of the cycle as well. Extend the combo as long as you can. Give Rockhawk the opportunity to steal it back.
Nice 5A match. This could be what Rockhawk needs in order to start transitioning into that set play. Let's see if they can take the round off of this.
Side swap. Set the webs. All right.
1, 2, 3, you know it well. Knots managed to slide in the stand block on the webs there. I didn't even realize it. After the, oh, Jesus.
Ooh. The full run out, swaps the sides once again. Not the 200. It's not going to be able to kill with IW, but next hit definitely going to be terrifying for Rockhawk.
TK Orb, let's see what comes up next. Ooh. It's going to be the 6C card break immediately. Transitioning into the end of that set there. Great stuff from Knots. 2-0 over Rockhawk.
Grid break with the overhead. Not going to be able to escape this one, but valiantly fought from Rockhawk, sent down into the loser's side.
And that set was pretty interesting to me in terms of like, especially that game 1 felt very back and forth.
Yeah.
But it really was Knots pulling it away like towards the end on that second game there.
Yeah, I think Rockhawk doing a good job of, rotating some of those defensive options in game number 1. But once we saw the kind of cadence and the timing that we were rotating them on, Knots was able to, tune in and then do the same thing on his offense to match it perfectly. So
absolutely. Coming up here next on the stream, I believe, if I'm reading this properly, this is going to be Uni2 player versus Money Tank coming up here next.
Okay, so Mr. Stang back.
Yeah, so we'll see a couple. Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
We got the word from on high. These are all qualifying matches, so it is not necessarily do or completely die.
Yeah.
But this does, again, determine who's making it out on the winner side, who's making it out on the loser side for the majority of these.
Exactly. Like you mentioned before, right? It is a sea of sharks down there in the loser side, and definitely no schmucks still able to hold their own. And you want to have, you know, that extra life just to make sure that you can head over into the winner's side.
Yeah, and we also got some pretty big news here. Oh, this Spoink over Klim.
You know, I think a lot of people would definitely call that an upset, right? You know, Klim, definitely one of these storied players, and Spoinkman, I think, sent down into losers relatively early, you know, from what a lot of people were expecting. So I was like, oh, man, my GOAT, my Oshi sent down, but sent down to do the dirty work of knocking Klim out, you know, relatively early. So great work.
Yeah, pretty big stuff here coming up there. But with our current set right now, again, this once more, to remind y'all, this is going to be Unity player and Money Tang here. Already coming up, both players that we saw earlier, only in this block, mind you.
Yeah, let's see it. That is a cool jacket. I'm not going to lie to you. A little overlap.
Get that. Trying to get the brand.
Yeah, let me get the fit ID real quick. Our male fashion advice: can we ID this jacket? He's pulling up with a drip, trying to make sure that he qualifies over on the winner's side. I get it. Just to impress.
If you want to do it in style, look. One of my brothers once said to me, look good, feel good, do good.
Exactly, yeah.
And if it helps you mash good, hey, by all means.
The clothes make the man, but, you know, maybe the input device, less so. It is cool seeing the variety of controllers as we walk around Combo Breaker. Of course, a lot of people talk about, oh, man, you know, leverless, taking over the world, but see even the different kind of form factors, even within that broad category. And, of course, the OGs still sticking with the stick and being like, oh, you know what? I'm used to it. I like it. It's fine for me. And heading on into it. Uni 2 player versus Sting to qualify on the winner's side out of top 128.
Somebody had a guitar hitbox.
Yes, no, I've seen that too.
I saw that one. They were taking a photo like right in front of me. I was like, oh, okay.
There's the guitar hitbox. There's like the Guitar Hero controller, and there's a corner situation for Uni 2 player able to, you know, that corner situation.
He's looking pretty decent here. The Outland Mirror right now. He comes out here. Let's see what comes up next. A couple of green shields there, trying to swing the cycle a little bit in their favor.
See, 100 meter available. Stabilized on the health lead at least, and definitely stabilizing the Vorpal. Clearly pulling ahead of the grid.
Really good shield right there, recognizing the 6E startup there.
Yep. Pick up.
Gets a reload, chilling out right now on offense.
Celestial here for Stang.
And dude, I swear to God, I see so many Outlaws going for like ADP these days, and like especially off of the EX canceling the dive. It's been super big for them, I would say.
Yeah, we've even seen some variation on when we decide to cancel into the dive there, right? You know, immediate cancel whip into your face with the plus frames, or just go for a delay, try and see if they, you know, challenge on the meter. Challenge moving out here from Stang, finds the first hit.
It's looking pretty good. Gonna go for the EX ender here. Should be able to set up for a reload.
Yep.
Oh, is that an ADP trade?
Huh?
No!
Stop!
Oh, no!
Again. Stop!
Do it again. Do it again. Oh, another put!
Oh, but the EX cancel! 100 meter down the drain. All the trades in the world. The second brain cell pulls ahead. Uni 2 player still down on life lead right now. 200 meter available, and the CS2.
Truly, Mitosis putting in the absolute work in order for the second brain cell to function here, huh? Jesus. Things looking pretty good for both players. Oh, goodness. Gunshots on gunshots. Things are looking pretty decent here for Uni 2 player, but they don't have that 100 meter. Or rather, sorry, I'm getting confused now. Oh, my God. Now I'm getting mixed.
Oh, my God. BDP to try and escape, but we swipe out the backdash with the 2C. Strong call out there from Stang.
It feels so awful to move back against Outland like in general. Whether it's a 2C, a 2-1-4 suddenly coming out, like, there are so many tools to just snipe you.
Yeah, that rotation can be so difficult to try and leverage, especially in the mirror when you know that you have the tools to catch it, the tools to be caught as well. So Stang finds another hit.
The 2-1-4C ender once more, gonna get the knockdown. Simple reload here. Checking for a green shield maybe with the meaty into CS. Few gunshots to reinforce pressure. That was plus on the 2-2A there.
I was going to say. Alright, goes to the corner once more. Backdash over the 2A. Alright, slow it down a little bit. Struck up once again. 100 meter. CS available for the refund.
Alright, gonna pop it immediately. Very meteor efficient here for Money Tang.
Set point looking for the speed run right now, even on the meter situation, but the fadeaway.
Force function ended up putting up some decent work here. 100 meter to work with as well. This is surely going to be a reload confirmed now.
Yep. 3, 4, 5, back into the corner. Runs out a good amount of time on the cycle as well, and we are very ahead of the grid. Oh, even more so after the throw tech.
Still, however, catching that command dash extension over here. Yep. It was looking pretty decent for Uni 2 player. Plenty of meter to spend with, and we're seeing the other side of the reload confirmed. Ooh.
There we go, top of the toes, still gonna find our opportunity to escape.
No, what a big drop there for Money Tang.
Yeah, drop the Money Tang. Now we're gonna catch up for Uni 2 player to try and even it back up. EX on the slam jam.
It's looking pretty decent here. What comes up this time? 5A, I think. Startup that got caught there. Let's see. Not going to quite be able to kill here. What?
Oh no, but another whip! But we saw the red miss off the CS. Call it a drop opportunity. Money Tang moves on to qualify.
Pain, 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 pain. Pain, 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 pain.
You know, guys, a lot happened. I don't know how else to describe it. You know, the multiple trades back and forth, the single brain cell just syncing up. And I think both of the players, you know, win or lose, they had a good time.
Yeah, that trade sequence was absurd. You know, it's one thing to be like, okay, we're both doing 6-6C, but it's the double micro dash 5C that fries me.
I know, bro.
I'm like, God, there's no way. There's absolutely no way.
Yeah, the catch in the backdash here was so clean.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness.
We call it a frame kill. We call it a reset situation.
Oh my God. I might steal that one. We'll see. Dude, speaking of clean, we've got two really good players coming up here. We have currently Bostonian 2 GB combo versus Rakir. Dude, so we were talking about a little bit with Carmine earlier and the differences between them, especially with having watched Spinach as one of our first sets here. 2 gig, definitely of a different variety, I would say, in general, from like some neutral decisions, but especially on like the Oki with their bomb setups here. Yeah. So be prepared to see some absolutely wild stuff here. And Rakir, seen them on the Landrekia, doing absolutely a fantastic job as well.
Yeah, exactly. Carmine versus Canada's finest. Rakir pulling up with the Landrekia once again. Dude, it's so cool to see the you know, the fight stick from 2 GB combo. The buttons are as blood red as Carmine, so I feel like that gives you a little bit of extra, you know, character main power.
That box is crazy. All right, let me tell you something. Deep ski.
What's up?
So 2 gig is at Boston locals for like one of the first times. Okay. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Pops up next to me while I'm playing CF. He's like, you want to play? I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. Bet. Goes into training mode to warm up. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Yeah. This guy hit the cleanest dash barriers on Naoto Kurogane I ever saw in my life.
Just to make sure he was warmed up and show you, put the fear of God in you?
Yes, I literally saw that. I was like, I'm blocking.
All right, I'm gamer lead.
I was like, oh, okay, like, you know, we'll see what goes on here. Not knowing that he's played CF, mind you.
Oh, okay, and then, like, you had no clue.
I see him do that, I'm like, oh. I was like,
all right, I see what your game is about here, but headed back into Uni 2. We got the Carmine versus Landrekia once again. Blood versus Ice over here on the floor to qualify out on the winner's side.
Let's see if the blood will run cold here. As we're moving on, J3B whiffing and 2 gig already finally confirmed out of it.
Yeah, keep it the run under there. Set the bomb spaced out. We got the puddles.
Ooh, couple of big green shields coming in here. 2 gig finding the first cycle in here. Immediately going to spend it to 6 VP, going to frame trap.
Scouts out the match from here. 200 meter available. Looking for a blood prison. One to seal it out off the next bomb net.
Let's see what the mix is. Keeping it simple there. And I think he's very cognizant of like some of Rakir's defensive options there, just based on the way that he's like playing around the shimmy. Not opting to maybe necessarily shimmy as hard as Defiant might, but very willing to just sit there and play out the scenario.
Yeah, I think takes a lot of good advantage of the respect that you have on the remaining bombs, so, you know, sets the wheel behind it, able to keep you locked down with that second bomb. Once again, finds the hit to start it off.
Gonna go for the mid-screen setup here. Maybe miss the dash timing right there, because I know I'm not too sure what it.
Maybe miss the timing, but still able to get that fuzzy on Rakir. Little tap on the dome there with the JA.
Unfortunate drop, but keeps it simple with the 5A stagger pressure. Just daring Rakir to press something.
Yeah, with the 2A still able to catch out that backdash. 200 meter in the world, but not even needing an EX cancel. It's game 1 for 2 GB.
And that game is going by fast. Mind you, we've seen Rakir do pretty well already like today. So I think it's just a testament to see how much like 2GIG has pushed forward, especially with the Carmine on this version.
Yeah, absolutely not a slouch. It just goes to show the strength of 2GB heading into this one. All right, let's see it. Game number 2.
660 at the round start, going to go successfully for Rakir.
J3D right under 2GB. Once again, finds the hit.
Side swap, want to set up a bomb as well. Immediate force function, then apply that pressure. Ooh, I really love the adjustment there. Yeah. Seeing a lot of the green shields there from Rakir and changing up the bomb setup slightly in order to look for it and finally get a grid break there. Yeah. Great stuff. Oh, that round is already over, by the way.
Scout it out. You're speed running so fast that we can't even get through the analysis, right? And that grid break, of course, hurting the meter a little bit here as well, going into the set point for 2GIG, 200 meter to your name.
Oh, this could be it. This could very well be like the turn.
Yep.
Oh, no. I legitimately think it might be over. I don't like calling it early, but it might be over.
I don't know. If anyone's optimized, it's 2GIG. We saw that Fox off combo, so.
Oh, it's not going to be on this hit. It's just going to be, can you block this mix?
Yeah, exactly. One more bomb. You got to be careful. So much respect.
Jesus!
Clean on the blocks.
Oh!
One more.
Oh, my God.
How do we escape Bio?
Rakir finally finding a moment to breathe here. Veil off as well, but let's see how they spend the meter here. Might just have to opt for a 63C. No!
Oh, not trying to be too predictable with it. Jump back into the ice rain. Warful secured as well. CS available, but we've seen so many drops off the Rekka in the corner. But here, we got to keep it simple.
Might just opt for Celestial off of this situation here. But the roll from 2GIG. Getting out of there. Goes for the Rekka. Oh my God! Not enough time to Veil off the 63C.
Throws that to the Twister.
Oh! Oh my God, J2! J2!
Twisted Nether Regions, we got the boot awesome right behind you with the J3B on the other side. Flash the green shield, but we still have a lot of time before that cycle turns around. 2GIG can be close enough.
Another Celestial?
Oh my God! Into the TP! Rakir stays alive for one more round.
So one thing we haven't really had yet the chance to talk about, both of these characters really good at getting Celestial, especially when they start mounting their offense. But getting Celestial raw off defense, impressive work.
That's what I'm saying. The mid-confirmed grid management is so big. So to be able to overcome that on the defense is so strong. The defense falling apart for Rakir, already back down to that 50% we saw him in the last round.
Just barely under the 100 meter, necessary for either a guard cancel or a Veil off there. Gets the up forward JC in order to navigate out of the corner. Very dicey scenario. The bomb was still held. How long did you have it? Bomb was planted. We don't have a defuse kit here, J2. Goes into the 2-2C, the Veil off, the IW, and 2GB combo. Trouncing Rakir 2-0.
A valiant effort to bring us to round number 3, but couldn't make it to the third game. 2GIG. He just lives up to his name with the 2-0. I don't know what else to say. Rakir fought his heart out.
Dude, this guy's nuts. Both of these guys are nuts.
He's clean. They both are. But Bushin sent down into the loser's side. Still both making it onto that next phase, but now you gotta, sail in shark-infested waters.
Absolutely, but I'm not gonna lie. The way 2GIG is playing, winner side ain't looking very safe either.
That's what I'm saying.
Sheesh.
Sharks on either side. But either way, we got a couple ads for you guys. A quick little break before we head into our final matches of the stream. So make sure, sit tight, get some water, stretch out, and we'll be right back with some more. What is good there, gamers? Welcome back. We have the last few matches over here in the loser side of Uni 2 Top 128. So now it is do or die for the rest of these matches. Either you qualify or that is the end of your run. So a lot of stakes heading into these next matches. And who do we have up next, Guido?
We've got Grey Faden versus Spinach. As we were talking about earlier, Grey Faden from Nanase now playing Wagner and Spinach on the Carmine. So having gotten the crap beaten out of me 20-1 by 2GIG in casuals to learn about Carmine, man, this matchup feels bad.
I would imagine it does not feel great, right? Trying to make your way on in has a decent amount of ways to keep you out of the mid-range. A lot of air stalls like we saw in that previous set with Spinach with these blood puddles.
Yeah, and it's really on the onus is truly on like the Wagner to like kind of navigate around and present like either assault or other like somewhat riskier options to get around Carmine. Like that 2C from Carmine puts in a ton of work at like range.
Yeah.
Already, however, Spinach is navigating right into bomb OP.
Jail all the shields in the world to try and secure the cycle once again. Still has the CS available, but could use it, not going to be able to escape on the jump in.
Yeah, must have slipped in. I think that was jump assault with the double overhead there.
So,
such a low height. Bomb set once more. What's with the mix?
CSDP, nothing found though. Bet it all in the redness.
Oh, not quite there. Ends up stuffing that with a 5A.
Yep. Clean round 1 over to Spinach. Wasn't able to escape that corner, so immediately the dash block into Assault caught out by Spinach. Playing a little more reactive this round, trying to see if Baden up against the wall starts to bite back.
Finds an opportunity to get the shield buff, but immediately stripped away with the force function there.
Yep. CS secured. Against the wall, evened out on the meter. Didn't quite get the ender though.
Spends the CS in order to mash right there, checking for Great Faden's options.
Yep.
200 meter to go. This should be an IW potentially. Backs up, just obviously set the bombs out instead. That's A-okay.
Yep. Lyco charge on the grid. Says, all right, you know, I could go for the full concentrate, but you're just going to shield all the hits of the bombs and the wheels anyway. But the shield won't save you. The Sword of Blood coming through for Spinach. Game number 1.
Beautiful shimmy right there.
Yeah.
All right, gets this change the future immediately on the round start here.
Yeah. Shout out, Trump. Shout out all the grid you got off of the immediate AB ender.
One buff available. Looks like Spinach is probably opting for like a 3 ADD or something like that.
Yeah.
Check for like an assault normal. We're seeing that come out from Great Faden pretty frequently, so reasonable for Spinach to be looking for that in my opinion.
Yeah. Strong start to the round here. So much health taken from Spinach. How can we get out on the defense here? Still outside of the 100 meter for any reversal attempt. Great Faden runs it down with a perfect.
Amazing strike throw there. That perfect is sure to set some of the momentum back in their favor here.
Yeah. Ooh, the shield. So you had the 100 meter just barely above the barrier, but spending it on the green shield now has it back.
Gonna opt to go for the one buff ender here. Veil off comes out from Spinach. They absolutely want to transition into their own offense there. Cycle does go in favor of Wagner. CS into the BDP here.
I was wondering how that was going to work out, but the Blood Rain still caught out with the BDP. The shield caught out with the grid break throw.
Great Faden expecting either the Assault JC or something here. Managing to get this confirmed here. Grid broken, so the cycle is going to go in favor of Spinach. But this is surely going to be solid damage here. Gets the sword buff as well.
Yeah,
now,
at least finding the hit, able to wait out that grid break, so not going to have to worry about it. Worried in the corner here. Full confirm from Faden. No meter required. That was a quick tie-up to the 1-1.
Yeah, dude. Game 1, fast. Game 2, fast. We are just blazing through this right now.
Yeah, right? They're trying to see the end of the run. They're trying to qualify out. Game number 3, playing it a little slower now.
Curious about the up forward from Great Faden at the round start there. Maybe trying to look for like a 6B round start or something of the sort there. Trying to jump above that.
Kept that with the 6Bs. Like you mentioned, the puddles just keeping you locked down. Sees the red mist, but how are you supposed to challenge? You're so spaced out.
Up forwards with the JB there. Maybe looking for the icy JB and probably looking for a couple of projectiles out there.
I see.
Yeah, it's difficult for Wagner, in my opinion, to like opt for maybe something like Force Function. You still have to deal with stuff like 6BB from Carmine, as well as a few other tools there. So I wonder if that's like Great Faden's reasoning here.
Yeah.
CS not quite in range for the BDP.
Yeah, not quite getting the pickup here for Spinach that you need. Sees the opportunity to fight back. Saw the red miss, but no DP.
Maybe misinput, not too sure. The shimmy into the bomb.
And caught the cookie jar off the detonate. The bomb still planted. Spinach on set point.
Given the way that that last game went, especially with that last round, it's anybody's game, but the Blood Rain definitely trying to make a statement here, Spinach.
Yep, I like the TK J6B routing, able to bring us all the way from the corner, but dropping the ender.
There's that 2C once again. Absolutely feels awfully oppressive, strangely, against Wagner, a character known for her mid-range buttons. Just enough time to still block there, goes for the IW, still catches actually.
Yep, saw the 6B from downtown, gets the double buffs.
Not
lost
quite
a
there.
little bit of knockdown pressure for it though.
Yeah, Spinach opting for the back tech right there, realizing that their neutral is really what's allowing them to get so much going here.
Yeah.
IW available as well here. Let's see what the knockdown looks like. Opting once again for the bomb setup here.
Yeah.
And now it's just a guess.
Wonder if we could have had lethal off of the IW confirmed, but Spinach, once again, playing with their food, still got so much meter to seal it back out. Plus lanes off the Blood Rain. Defense held on strong for Faden, but not strong enough. The shield shatters. That's the end of the run, but valiant effort as Spinach moves on to the next phase.
And I'm not gonna lie, that was one hell of a blitz of a set, dude.
Yeah.
Jesus. But again, I really do think that like the moment Spinach like pieced together and was like, oh, dude, I'm just gonna play out like some of the neutral interactions there.
Yeah.
You saw the ways that they were willing to give up cycle, especially with the back tech that we saw earlier. And in doing so, they are able to just honestly like lean more on character RPS in order to like get there into generate favorable interactions.
Exactly. Not too afraid of returning to neutral and giving up, that CS like you mentioned, right? The neutral tech, keeps you even on the grid. The forward tech, it's, high risk, high reward, gets you a little bit more grid, but at what cost? Sometimes just being able to stabilize that situation. Like you mentioned at the top of the set, saying, oh, this neutral can definitely be tricky for Wagner to try and make her way in. So giving myself a little bit more room to try and force that scramble for the cost of, half a grid, one grid, side, I think that's a perfectly fine choice for Spinach there.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing that did feel pretty tragic for Grey Faden was some of the DPs, whether they were misinputted or just like straight up out of range.
Yeah.
Again, to Spinach's credit, really playing the ranges and understanding a lot of the defensive tools available here.
Exactly. All right, so great players, great play, and we got a couple more of these great players headed up. Our next set is going to be, we got C. Curly versus Spoinkman.
All right, C. Curly, who had ended up beating God Hunter. We didn't get the chance to see that set. God Hunter, who was originally poised to fight against Jushichi, who sadly had to deal with a ton of flight issues. It's very unfortunate. But yeah, and then eventually taking it over God Hunter. So very impressive stuff here. Up against Spoinkman, we already discussed beat Klim as well on this, in this loser side.
Shame we didn't get to see it. Hopefully there was some off-cam shaky footage. You know what? The shaky cam footage, I feel like I mostly see it from the Uni community, and it is so sick to see, right? There's so many amazing matches that happen off stream, so the effort to archive them. You were talking about it a little bit earlier, right? With hosting these Danisons and giving ourselves some of that, you know, archive progress of these players leveling up. It is cool to see.
Yeah, folks were also talking about, I remember like catching a few conversations where folks were talking about like Glacy uploading a ton of stuff on Replay Theater as well as Japanese footage.
Categorizing everything. It is hard work from the community for the community, and I love to see it. But we still got to play the 1v1 fighting game. Only one of these players can make it on to the next phase in losers. Once again, C. Curly versus Spoinkman.
Let's see what comes up here. This is going to be the Enkidu versus the Orie. Spoinkman keeping the pressure simple right here. There's a lot of different thoughts on Aurier's strength, I think, in general, right? Some folks are really like, some folks think that Aurier is pretty juiced up. I think some of the Japanese, like the Japanese players are like think very, very highly of them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Others think that due to the volatility of Uni 2, that like a neutral-based character like Aurier is not exactly like doing like the most here, but we'll just have to see how this pans out here for Spoinkman.
Yeah, lots of really strong tools. Horizontal reversals to be able to challenge at this awkward spaced-out interaction is so strong, and Spoinkman using that to full advantage. You know, the way I heard it described at one point, I think by Defi, was if Hyde is the offensive rushdown, you know, Swiss Army knife. Speaking of, we got the full Army knife coming out from the Persona, the swipe, just stopping Curly right in their tracks.
Jesus, that was nuts. Okay.
Nice little pickup in the corner here. I was going to say defensive Swiss Army knife is probably how we characterize Aurier, but just running it down, keeping the corner pressure, but
I don't even know if that was an autocorrect or they just knew that was going to side swap, but that was sick as hell.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
Absolutely.
Ooh, hops right over FF for FF, but Spoinkman landing first finds the kill in the first game.
Yeah, and I think if I'm looking at it correctly, I believe that Spoinkman's opting for like the 2-1-4C follow-ups pretty frequently off of like the Thanatos 2-1-4A there.
Yeah.
And that is like slightly plus there. And you can, and Aurier can kind of mess around with people's like attempts at shielding, given like the 2-1-4A like A follow-up, 4A follow-up. So curious to see maybe like how Spoinkman might like handle that for the rest of their pressure. That's tragic. I think it was the delay wake up that maybe messed up Spoinkman's timing there.
Yeah, looking for the meaty 6B just as a reaction check, but whipping all entirely. Still able to keep the corner situation though, so not too bad.
Things are looking good. Gets the hard knockdown ender with the 2-1-4 BC. Hauls out the parry with the throw there, and that was the 2-1-4C version, so that's all out of meter for C. Curly.
Yep. CS still available to be able to clean up this kill. It looks so sick with the staircase. No, but not sick enough. 2L. It's the tick throw. Going to be able to TRM your way to set point.
It's, again, another very fast game one. Let's see what C. Curly has for the rest of game 2 here. Solid record pressure here. Plus frames off the 2-2C. Trying to just keep this moving forward, but another 2-3-6 BC here from Spoinkman.
Ooh, caught out with the people's elbow on your way through. Counter hit coming through for C. Curly.
Too many bounces there. Really good 2-1-4 there.
Yeah, got the side swap for you too, which is really beneficial. But no, once again, the whip on the twister. FF not working out for C. Curly ever.
Looking rather tragic here. Goes for the CS there. Maybe recognizes that they might not win the cycle and just wants to get the meter here. And I like that choice from Spoinkman. Because they didn't have like Vorpal, they weren't really forced to shield in order to start winning the grid cycle, so they could just keep it simple right there by just walking it out. Really good parry there off of the 2-1-4 BC.
Yeah, the up kicks just going straight through the Thanatos missile. All right, still set point for Spoinkman, but a little bit more wind in C. Curly sails.
Things are looking pretty solid here. Yep. 6B finally connecting. Let's see what else comes up. Probably going to be a 2-4 BC ender here. Yeah, things look solid there. Catching with the 5A, and it's looking all Spoinkman, unless CS into the DP. Oh, just to let him know.
Spoinkman with the drop. You still had CS behind it to secure the perfect to end it. 2-0 for Spoinkman. Moving on to the next phase. Well played from C. Curly, but that's going to be the end of your run.
And again, it's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Yep.
We see folks that have beaten legendary or like veteran players here, and hey, at the end of the day, it's still a 2 out of 3 set, and you really have to like figure out how to make it work.
Yeah, you got to lock in, and you got to lock in time, right? We were talking about it earlier. There's so much difference in how these players are able to pilot the same character, right? So adapting to the playstyle of someone that, even if you're familiar with the matchup, right, it can be so tricky in the heat of the moment, all the cameras, the lights on you, and knowing that you're 1 round away from being sent out of your loser's run. But that's how it goes. Like you said, how the cookie crumbles. And we are heading into our next set. Kai back onto the stand here against Ethics Buster.
Yeah, so we'll be able to get to see some Lene versus the Byakuya, if I'm recalling correctly here.
Yep.
So this should be pretty interesting here. Brandon in general has like a pretty high amount of experience, I would say, like against the cast in general, as well as Byakuya here. So curious to see kind of like how this will go out. I'm not too sure if there's like a ton of historical data on these two specifically. With their head-to-head.
I don't know about these two specifically, but I know this is a demon matchup for him in the past 24 hours because he was out to silence Byakuya in the auction tournament. So trying to prove himself right now, he's like, all right, let me lock back in here. It's also, you know, the potential end of my run, so I really got to focus up.
Yeah. And again, so in this matchup, for folks that haven't seen some of the MS Paint Uni tutorial,
I immediately flash back to the picture. Tell the people about it, Tuito.
Okay.
Paraphrase it.
So, essentially, this matchup is well defined by how much both characters are zipping around at the mid-range.
Yep.
So it's really up to Lene sometimes to either go into somewhat dangerous zones, so to speak.
The Arachno friend zone.
Yes.
Yeah.
As well as backing off and trying to force some actions from either player.
Exactly.
You know, obviously there's some other factors at hand that will guide some of these decisions, whether it's resources or health disparity and the timer as well.
Yeah.
But just in general, just take a look at the mid-range and see like kind of what tools tend to come up there and how both players move back and forth.
Yeah.
You'll get a sense of like the matchup's intricacies from there.
Yeah, looking at that optimal range, but this is a pretty interesting start from Ethics Buster, right? I think from other Byakuyas, it's very common to see the walk back, you know, a super defensive round start, you know, because you don't have any meter to try and scramble back out with these EX reversals, but taken to the aggressive here, but still, Kai finds another way to bring us back mid-screen.
He's looking solid. Not too crazy on the offense here yet. J2C ends up getting stuffed here, but the resulting interaction still going in Ethics Buster's favor.
Yeah, didn't believe in the hit there off of the Air Kuga, so the charge to the IC J6B. Unfortunately going to drop you right into the corner, triple web.
Goes for the TV, trying to check the stand block.
Yep.
Things are looking solid. Kills the web, in fact, with the 5C.
Yeah.
Instant dive kick, maybe looking for a run-up throw from Ethics Buster here.
Go, that's the pick up off the Rebi. Kai bring it to the corner, tie up the health lead once again. EX Kuga Hellbreaker.
And once more, keeping the staggers absolutely.
No, not again.
We're fine for now. Tien. Not reinforcing with an EX cancel right there. Let's see what comes up next here for Ethics Buster. Might be able to just IW straight up, but no. Going to go for the 63C. Oh, that was a misinput. They input it because you could see them move forward slightly awkwardly. So they messed up somewhere in the IW input. That's actually really tragic.
You had the kill, but not only that, you spent the 200 meter for Kai to still take the round. Heartbreaker, you had the right idea. I see not going to find anything in particular. 200 meter for Kai.
Nice catch with the low here from Ethics Buster. Want to get a solid knockdown here. No meter to go for any web sets, but decides to go for a reset. Jesus.
Air tech into the ground web. Evil, evil. There really is no ethics on this. Buster sees the red miss, but not going to spend the 2d6C.
One could say he's busting the ethics to begin with.
Busting it down, trying to look for the out freak. CS available, just trying to poke out with the 5A. Nothing found. Able to recover in time here for Kai.
Just ran up. Jump forward, JA. I don't know if I was checking for J2C. That's really funny.
Are we looking for something, or are we just trying to be a little freaky? Now, catches out the back walk. Not going to cross up off the standstill like we've seen in previous sets. 200 meter, caught up on the web.
Not quite there for the dash launch. Moving forward just a little too much, and that's going to result in Ethics Buster taking the second round.
Yep, the spider finds his prey with the web. You know, shooting up a little bit higher on the food chain right now. 1 round apiece.
Once again, just trying to use some of the obvious daggers here in order to maintain pressure. Going to push Brandon towards the web. Sets another one.
Yeah, I like the run unders and the backdashes just to try and maintain the space.
On top of that, the concentrate there was really smart.
Yeah.
Because there's an upper web set up, it's not like there's any, and there's no range for like a crouching normal to hit Ethics Buster there.
Yeah.
They can just opt to concentrate and then build up the cycle, and Brandon is forced to try to either like stand up and block the web, while there's still the threat of a potential like maybe like cancel out a concentrate for like 2-2x.
Exactly, yeah. Forces out an option from Kai. Meter available, so clean on the cycle, especially after charging with this IW. It's going to be really hard to bring this Vorpal back. No charge?
I'm surprised because that would have sped up the cycle a little bit, but regardless, getting the Assault JC, things are looking pretty solid.
I guess just wanted to change up the visual stimulus. Didn't want to greed for the grid, and off the top of the dome. Assault JC takes game number 1 for Kai.
Things are looking solid. Both of these guys, honestly, swinging for the fences at each other here, but really feels like Brandon has a bit more control over these situations in general.
Yeah, I think both taking a quick second to reassess the situation, get a little water in you, readjust the headphones before we head into game number 2.
Locking in here once again to remind you folks, this is indeed a losers qualifying set. If Ethics Buster loses this game, it is it for their tournament run here. And Kai absolutely trying to push forward through on that top 24.
Go slash on through with the 2C. Big punish coming out from Kai. Clean on the cycle too. Double Muujin, air tech out, tried to be a little too fancy with it.
Ethics Buster with these daggers looking good, but Kai just that much more on the ball, able to get it, secure a hit over here.
Yep.
Gonna try to spend all the meter there, keep it simple, and just IW, get rid of the guy on the screen.
Yeah, I imagine it can be very tempting, especially with this big life lead, to try and go for one more interaction, save the 200, but Kai just trying to seal out the round where he can. Big whip on the 2B.
Assault JC. With the 5A mash on the 5A stagger pressure from Ethics Buster here. Over about 200 meter to work with here. Should be going into 60DC. We've seen it before. 1 web, 2 webs.
Oh, okay. Still able to get 2 webs, still able to push you into the corner off of the jump in, but weakens the setup. Still able to get the low.
I got hit. I'm not gonna lie.
I did not block it over here on the commentary desk, but we did see another 63B receipt.
Not too sure what was up with the 5BB there.
Yeah.
Baits out the green shield here, but still goes for the throw, and that resultant tech means that Brandon does secure the cycle.
Okay. I like the shields to try and space out, but it's so tricky to try and do that against Lene when her C normals just reached so far.
Forward dash, back dash, looking to bait out some option here from Brandon, but no dice there. Veil off finally coming out. Strips the cycle away from Ethics Buster here.
Oh, the quote-unquote, the 50-50 in question. Finds the 2B, counter hit, stuffs the button from Ethics Buster.
The whiff throw into 2C. My God. Oh! Let him know.
UB, 200 meter available, trying to save it for that next round. Lead, 1 round apiece.
Ethics Buster really needs this in order to at least start to even things out here. Not only obviously for the tournament life, but just to get some momentum back here in this set.
Looking for that mental momentum. I like the micro concentrates that we saw earlier. Trying to force an action from Kai and then look for the anti-air, but instead still so strong for the forward movement on grid.
And Brandon now opting to use a little less green shield in some of these scenarios, not trying to get it baited out here by Ethics Buster's pressure.
Not trying to get it twisted, not just a number in a balance sheet, but the number coming out for the damage right now. EX Kuga into Helmbreaker, clean knockdown, keeping it simple for Kai.
Looks like Brandon's opting to either check for a TRM or maybe some other defensive option with the delays into the throw here.
Yes, not just going to let it go with the DP. Saw the startup of the assault, so going for all the damage you can off of the 5A, but off on the ender. Oh no, Brandon trying to style a little too hard.
Yeah, I mean, you've been seeing it this weekend. Some players dropping a couple of their TKs right there. Helmbreaker in this case not working out for Brandon, resulting in all the set play you see before you.
Set play in question, 100 meter apiece. Yeah, trying to slow it down so you don't get any opportunity to shield your way to the cycle. Smart from Ethics Buster.
And a great roll from Brandon right there just to get out of the pressure there. Roll in general, pretty good option against Byakuya here.
Yeah.
And a fantastic job to get out of there. Honestly, oh God. And like, mind you, like before he even like showed the roll, like it wasn't as if we already kind of had confirmed that FX Buster wasn't really looking for like either dash up jab or dash up throw in order to check for roll right there, right? So once that was confirmed after that scramble scenario, Brandon immediately opted for the roll to get out of the corner.
Yeah, we talk about conditioning a lot on offense, right? Oh, what options am I trying to scout out for? What am I trying to put into my opponent's brain? But it's similar on the defense, right? We talk about rotating these defensive options, but sometimes you don't want to show your hand until you're looking to seal it back out. Your opponent thinks that they have the upper hand to try and tie up the set, but like you said, showing the roll in that final moment to be able to escape and seal it out. Kai makes it out on the loser's side.
Yeah, great stuff here. And coming up for what I believe is going to be our last losers qualifying set, it's going to be Argon versus Toast.
All right, this is going to be the Waldstein versus Hyde. I'm excited to see it. I don't think we've got to see any Waldstein as far as our block goes here in the top 128. So.
Yeah, Psychotic was on for pools a little bit earlier. Not too sure if Psychotic's going to end up showing up for the next round, the next section of round 2.
There's another block of top 128 coming up after this.
Yeah, dog. It's a lot of sets, guys. Trust us. But yeah, so in general, these characters getting a couple of new tools. There's it's actually really funny the way that Hyde 2FF being such a very powerful zoning tool to win projectile wars. Then Waldstein walks in and clicks 2-2X.
With the Rock, and the Rock beats 2FF. And the craziest thing is that 2FF is such a good anti-projectile until we go up against the zoners or the grapplers projectile.
The 2-2X. And then it's just kind of like, oh, I guess your anti-projectile is better than my anti-projectile.
Yeah, that cost grid. Yeah, the RPS looking a little weighted in favor of Rock, I'll tell you what. But Toast has been rocking the scene with the Hyde so often, and, you know, let's see if we're able to make it out in the loser's side or if Argon is going to stop you in your tracks to try and make these results that we've seen so many times in the past.
And keep in mind, folks, the last time we saw Toast was probably his very first set here on the stream. Since then,
Klim?
Yes, against Klim. Since then, he has been fighting his way
through the loser's side.
Exactly. So, again, for both players, it's do or die. Let's see what we get coming up here. And again, a bit more of the old versus new player.
Yeah. One more boss in our young hero's way, trying to make a name for the newer side of the uni players, but Argon holding on strong for the old guard. Waldstein versus Hyde, Argon versus Toast. Game number 1.
JC coming out here already. Let's see what the resultant Oki looks like from this.
Got press. Up against the wall here.
Immediate command grab. Oh, sweet mercy.
Boy, grid broken up here against the corner. 200 meter available for Argon.
That's a dead character if I've ever seen one.
Fury swipes the EX. Only cost 75 with that meter refund on Vorpal.
Oh my god, immediately dashing up right here. Things once again looking a little familiar if you've seen this stream about 5 seconds ago.
Yep.
Is it good, surely? Okay, gonna end up going for the 360.
Yeah.
720 rather.
Double circle ender, a little better damage, a little better Oki. Oh my god. Little Caesars, better pizza, better money. IW with all the damage in the world.
Oh!
Okay, didn't spend it.
Let's see what this results in here for Toast. First time they're really able to mount their offense here. CS available, but still getting clipped here, and it is already over for game 1.
Yeah. That was a quick one for Argon. Barely any damage taken on the way here, so Toast, how are we going to be able to swap this up?
It's been a funny theme. Like, throughout the latter half of this round 2 block, we've been seeing so many very fast game 1s and games 2s, and then suddenly it just results in the diciest game 3.
Exactly, yeah. It really slows it down when you're able to tie it back up here, but you know, not looking too good for our hero. Argon's so strong in the grid cycle right now. CS available.
Oh, God. Click by the 3C it looked like right there.
Yeah,
the uppercut of the heavens.
Scooped out of the sky. Wall to wall.
They're looking tough, immediately going for the 360C here, and that should result in a dead Aikido. J2, do you think there's anything that Toast can do to get this done right now?
I don't know. We haven't tried playing the projectile war. We're constantly trying to dash block in to put ourselves into our effective range, but same for Waldstein, right? He wants to be all up in your face, and even when we're spaced out, doesn't matter, but Toast taking to the aggressive, all up in your face. 100 meters still available for Argon. Gotta be careful of the 360C.
Going for a couple of rebeats, but still, some of these mashes from Argon Ross, really good call-outs on Toast's pressure here.
There you go, lots of potential meter here in the CS. 150 meter available, finds the counter hit swipe.
All right, and it's looking like the next knockdown might just determine the rest of this set here. Toast has got to find something to do. The 360 autocorrects?
Made it to the other side. I saw you lunging towards that wall, but Argon still able to find the hit here, putting Toast just barely outside of throw range, trying to keep this pressure on, but 200 meter and a dream.
Plus Frames trying to reinforce their pressure here. TTB connects, but it's going to be yet another 360C that gets it done. And in a blitz, a very, very fast set here, Argon has punched their ticket into the top 24 on the loser side.
This guy is Toast, closing it out the same way we were able to win some of those rounds with that 360C. It just makes thematic sense. Like you said, Argon qualifying. Toast, an amazing run, but just not able to hold on against the old guard.
And again, what a crazy batch of sets we got here today, dude.
It's been amazing. There's been a lot of awesome Uni 2 action, and only more headed up in just a little bit. Man, how are we supposed to escape the corner? You're spaced out. You're like, oh, my 6B, so safe. I'm so far out. I'm in no threat of the grappler's arms. Then all of a sudden, you see that EX flash. You're like, oh, no.
Dog, I just watch him reel his hands back, and then I'm like, I will be seeing God in a moment.
He puts his hands back. I put my arms up. I'm like, GG's. I give him the fist bump, and that is how it goes. But that's the end of our commentary block over here for Uni 2 top 128. But we got a... imagine we have a couple messages from our sponsors. But either way, it's been an absolute joy hanging out with you guys, watching some Uni 2. Is that the end of it? Do we have some... I
think we're good to go here, folks. But again, thank you guys for coming along. There's even more Uni coming out there with some wonderful folks here. So, hey, stay tuned and take it easy.